So yeah, Carrickmorna leading the way. So we're going to see he's doing 2 canters, twice up through. There he goes. Monjules runs at Hunted on Friday, White Hart Lady. We got White Hot Chili Filly, Revels Hill, another one in Knoll and Crossies. The pair, yeah, in Excelsius Dio, Miss McGoldrick, Classic Girl, Armathia, Phoenix Way. It's Kira and Boot Hill. So we, yeah, obviously as they're coming back into work, we start them back off trotting and then get them cantering away and up into full work. So we're trotting up the hill today because, as I said earlier, we're unable to use the sand at the moment, the deep sand, when we've had quite as much rain as we have. So normally they'd be trotting around there. So that's why we're seeing them trot up through the hill now, which is How's the Cricket. Great name that, and Ask Me Early. So who unfortunately didn't run his race in the Welsh National, and despite being very happy with everything the run up to the race, he was very flat on the day and never turned up. And anyway, lo and behold, his blood sort of post race showed he had a viral challenge, and explain why he ran like he did. But thankfully he's sort of turned the corner now and shaking that off, and we'll get going again with getting him ready for February, all being well. Yeah, okay, good, okay, happy, okay. Okay, Joe. So we'll just do legs, going away lights, because we'll do light and mediums now. Mediums on the hot ones if they take them, yeah. Okay, good, good. You like it? You happy to go and see it, and then I'll meet you back in the office, yeah. And we'll get the teas, coffees all round. What would you like? 1 coffee, 1 tea. How do you take them? So we're just coming up to 10 o'clock, just finished second lot, so back in the office, just going over entries and declarations. We've got one runner on Friday, so we've obviously just had some owners with us on the gallop as well. Try and encourage owners to visit as regularly as they like, because inevitably the horses spend a lot more time at home than they do on the racecourse. So it's great to be able to sort of open the doors and bring them along to see the horses work on the gallop or schooling, and it's great to be able to share that insight with all the owners. So yeah, it just all part of the morning schedule. If we got visitors, some days we might not have any, and others we could have 2, 3, 4 sets of owners. So yeah, we never put owners off wanting to come and visit. They didn't have the seedless jam or the granulated sugar, they said. So yeah, obviously the racing admin site is where we make all the entries, declarations, list of horses in training, staff members, etc., owners registration, all that sort of thing. So and declarations obviously close 10 a.m. each morning, sort of 48 hours. Entries 12 noon. So yeah, we're looking at Chepstow next week. We haven't got 2. I've just got 1 entry to make in the Mayor's Handicap Chase there for White Hart Lady, and obviously gives us all the information from the race distance, rating band, prize money. I can see there's only 7 entries in it at the moment, and I don't sit here all morning glued to the laptop tracking entries and decks, but there is an element of that. You keep an eye on what is or isn't being declared or entered, and you might see, I mean, there's another novice chase on the same car. There's only 6 entries at the moment over 2.5 miles, so we might keep an eye on that and pop something in if there's not a huge number of entries. So yes, it's important to just track what's happening, because sometimes a race might get overlooked and be there for the taking. So we've just gone 10:30 and lads have finished their breakfast and we're out on third lot now. So we just had Crudro Java, she ran about 10-12 days ago. So she's just been coming back into work gradually, and we're just lunging her there with Erin, and just to get her going, loosen her up, and yeah, we like to do a fair bit of that with the horses, especially when they're coming back into work, just to build their top line up, their core strength as much as anything. So it's nice to be able to do that in the outdoor school. It just adds an extra string to the bow, really.
Yeah, he ran better. He ran as well as anything, really. But
yeah, he's
low grade stuff. But yes, I did look at that. They were all, he was giving weight to all of them.
Yeah, and I mean it's exaggerated in that ground as well. Deeper blue, Lidford Lad. So we're just waiting for the third lot canterers to come up through. We just haven't got as many cantering. We tend to do most of the serious work in the earlier lots, because particularly if I'm off racing, I get the chance to see those horses then before I go. So we've just seen some trotting up through, and then we've got a couple, only 4 of them cantering this lot actually. So which will be led by Metier, and then we got a few youngsters there following him up through. So and then we'll be back for fourth lot, and just walkers and trotters then actually. So just the time of year coinciding with a busy sort of Christmas, New Year, and then having had all the horses having had, well, I say all of the horses, but a lot of them having had flu jabs as well. So this is Metier. You see high old knee action on him, that's why he's so good in the soft. Okay. Yeah, okay. Moving well. Okay. Happy? So obviously a very important part of my job, my role is to make sure I run the horses in the right races, where they're going to be most competitive, and spend a lot of time going through the programme book and making sure we pick the right races out for any given horse, whatever level that is. So I mean, there's no hard and fast rule. We just keep it as simple as possible, and try and run the horses in the grade we think they're going to go and win at. So it's funny, there's sometimes that you just instantly just get a gut feel, race will suit a horse, and just even from the minute you spot it from entry stage, and just feel like that race is going to suit the horse. And then there's others might happen at short notice, like Metier winning the November handicap up at Doncaster on the flat. That was a sort of spur of the moment type thing. Conditions were in his favour and it worked out. So but then of course the opposite can happen. You have a race in mind for weeks, months, and then the weather goes and changes on you, and or the horse isn't quite right or something. So you've always got to be flexible, keep an open mind, and at the end of the day we're going to go where, as I said, where we're going to be competitive, but also where the owners can get the most enjoyment from it as well. So is that the walkers? I just see the walkers. Is he all right? Not too fresh. How was Howl, I know? Good. So 11:30, and we've just finished third lot. They're all back in safely. So they're just going to go and get ready to pull out now for fourth lot, sort of by quarter 12, and hopefully, as I said earlier, just walkers and trotters, but then have all the horses ridden and exercised by sort of 12:30, quarter to 1, and everyone done and away for lunch by 1 o'clock, all being well. So getting wrapped up to go out for fourth lot. Emphasis on wrapped up because the weather's definitely, as in this country, as it can do. The heavens have certainly opened, and anyway, at least we were in for most of it, getting tacked up. But yeah, as you can see, we've had quite a downpour. So yeah, this lot just the last dozen or so going out, just walkers and a handful of trotters. So Fairy Gem, you can go on out for a walk. Picnic can go on out for a walk. So a little bit more excitement might come from a couple of youngsters we're riding fourth lot. We're just, you can see we've cordoned off part of the school there, and Kira will be working with both Lorcan and Ben just to get on some, should we say, fresh and excitable 4-year-olds, both just coming back into work, so we don't take any chances. We're not watching here just because I can park the truck out of the rain and stay out of the rain, but no, we just got 3 trotting away, so they'd normally be out trotting around the sand canter, so just up here to make sure that they all stay, the partnership stay intact. We see the grey horse there, he's keen to get on with things a bit more, but yeah, just as we said, just getting them going, getting them back into work. So on the way back down from the gallop after fourth lot, so that's all the horses exercise for today, and we're just, yeah, they'll all be back in by 12:30, and they'll all been fed lunch, and lads all done before 1, and they'll be back at 4 o'clock for evening stables, where we check round, and then they all get rugged up and fed again, and we start getting organised all over again for tomorrow morning. Seeing if the other barn doors are shut. I'm only just going to go and run and shut them. Hey, it's coming down now. So we're just starting to check round evening stables. It's nearly 4 o'clock. All the lasses will be back in shortly, and they'll be doing evening stables, mucking out, changing rugs, feeding, and leaving them ready for the night. And obviously, Kira and I and the head lads will go round. Hugo as well. We check every horse every evening. Just part of the day-to-day routine. And here's Boot Hill, who's pleased to see me. So he's obviously had a very good campaign so far. Doing well as the 2-mile novice chaser, so hopefully there's more to come yet. Yes, so Boot Hill we hope to take to Doncaster at the end of January, and for the Lightning Novices Chase. He'll get an entry for the Arkle, I imagine. And we're just, because he's only a novice once, so we keep our options open. Whether we take that up or not is another matter. Opposite him lives Ask Me Early, who unfortunately didn't run his race in the Welsh National. It transpired his bloods were wrong. He had a viral challenge. Thankfully, he's shaken that off now, and we'll look to go again in February. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, all the team come back to do evening stables. So yeah, they all come in and hopefully get done in just over an hour. Obviously, when people are away racing, it's important that many of them here as possible to keep the show on the road, because it's not just, they don't just turn up at the races by chance. It's all a lot of hard work by a lot of people to get them there, day in, day out, as you can see, in all weathers as well. Mai Tai down here is Mai Tai. who blotted his copybook his first try at 3 miles. We'll look to drop him in trip, and he was runner-up in a Grade 1 novice at the Aintree Festival last spring. So hopefully there's more to come from him. We just get him to do things the right way. He was a bit too keen when he ran on his reappearance at Haydock. So good boy. I mean, no doubt. I mean, we're going to drop him right back to 2, but I think 2.5 for sure is no problem. I'd like to think he's a half brother to Statler, so once he learns to settle through his, he should be. I'd like to think he'll get the 3 miles in time. This is Metier, November handicap winner. Forgot what it, and Tolworth hurdle, yeah. That was a few years ago now, but yeah, he forgot what it was to jump a hurdle the last day. Anyway, we're hoping that's a one-off, and he should get his conditions at Lingfield with a bit of luck. Just loves the mud flying, so yeah. So Outer Belly, he's 2 from 2, won a bumper well on his debut last season. Came out and won his first start over hurdles. I mean, he's a big horse. He's only just turned 5. We haven't rushed him. Very much a work in progress. But yeah, we were pleased. He's still got room for improvement in the jumping department, and that should come with experience. And although, I mean, there might not be that there's any sort of too many big fancy targets this season with him, but he could make up into a lovely second season hurdler next season. So, but he's a lovely horse. So yeah, nice youngster to look forward to. Oh, we do a lot of schooling from an early age. It's obviously jumping's the name of the game, so it's key that they get to from even before. So Beat the Bat. I mean, he ran in a bumper at Wincanton on Boxing Day. He was beating a short head in a photo. He could go out. He's jumped hurdles out in the grass. He could go and run over hurdles if we wanted. So yeah, we do a lot of jumping from early stage with them. We've got Jing Coco, who was last seen finishing runner-up in the Greatwood. He's got an entry in the Betfair hurdle, and then hopefully we can take him to the big spring festivals. And on what he did in the Greatwood, hopefully there's a nice prize in him before the season's out. So Crudjo Jarvis, still got the rosette. She deserves that at the moment. 3 from 3, including a listed mares novice hurdle at Taunton the last day. So she's pleased to see me this evening. We've got no immediate plans for her at the moment. She just had a bit of a break since Taunton, and yeah, we're just weighing up the options for her in the spring. Obviously, you got the mares novice hurdle that we were lucky to win last year with Love Envoy. So whether we go that route or maybe the EBF route at mares hurdle final at Newbury in March. So, but anyway, nice position to be in. But she's nice mare. Should make a chaser next season as well. Love Envoy is the star of the show at the moment. Long may it continue. I get a mixed reception from her in the evenings. Yeah. So yeah, she knows. She lets you know who's boss. That's for sure. Anyway, she's yeah. She's the only one that gets away with it. The others don't. Yeah. So anyway, leave her in her peace.
That lady there, he can go in. Start barn to feeding now. So the horses go canter, they go to school. So silly white haired lady Thank you. My name Rahul Singh. I'm working here like 11 years. I'm head lad for here like 6-7 years. Yeah, I start 5 o'clock in the morning doing gas to guard first, and then me and Aaron doing feeding, then walker, and then I'm ride out one lot, then go breakfast, come back, do haze, and start giving lunch, feeding again, lunchtime, so yeah. And then evening time doing now, so. Harry Fry, long time, start 2011.
So that's me finished out in the yard for the day. It's nearly 5 o'clock, and yeah, the lads have just finished checking the legs and locking up and turning the lights out, and as I head back into the office and start getting ready for tomorrow morning, and yeah, usual office admin.